ultimately, I just want you to know one really important thing. The only reason you think that you cannot make more money, drastically more money, that you cannot get rich, the only reason you think that is because of your past. And our brain is an artifact of the past. Therefore, if you've had financial struggles, or just maybe you haven't even struggled, but you just done okay for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, your brain is an artifact of the past. So your brain, all the biochemical feedback, all the neurological wiring, all of it has said this is normal. And so the only reason you can't get rich is your brain has memorized a program. It is the only reason. The idea of getting rich as sounded absolutely impossible to me. Absolutely impossible. And it may sound absolutely impossible to you, like you clicked on this video now because the title caught you, but now you're like, is this guy gonna just sell me something? First of all, I have nothing to sell you. I'm not selling you a single thing. I am telling you, you can get rich as and it's actually simpler than you think. Simple isn't always easy, especially when we're going against years of programming. We're so used to never having any money. Our brain, our chemistry, our body, our cells have all memorized it. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do if you want to get rich. When I did this, I went from making $24,000 a year, approximately about $2,000 a month, and in the next year, I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Within 2 years, I was making 7 figures. How did that happen? It happened because I realized these important things that were actually blocking me. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. My name's Jake with JakeDucey.com, wishing you a beautiful day. Came out for sunrise, out in the middle of the desert, the beautiful mountains. Right over there is an ancient petroglyph site that's been there for however many thousands of years. And I'm wishing you a great day. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're new, you're a returner. Thanks for being here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification right over there, and let's dive right into it. Step number 1 is to change your concept of a lot. If you want to get rich, you have to change your concept of what a lot is, because you want $100,000, $1 million, $2 million, and you think, wow, but that is a lot. You aren't even in the paradigm for that to become your reality. So what I invite you to do is, first of all, right behind my shoulder, right over there, ancient petroglyphs. The ones with the carvings, and then when the sun and the moon and they align, and beautiful, beautiful. So what I invite you to do is, if you want to change your concept of a lot, the thing that'll really blow your mind to what you think a lot is, and then you're gonna realize it's not a lot, is make a list of every single thing that you want. Like, if you were rich, everything you want. And don't be the person that's like, I want nothing at all, because you'd probably click out of this video. The word desire means of the Father. That's what the Latin origins of the word mean. Desire comes from God or the higher power that wants it through you. God created us, I believe, to experience his own creation in 8 billion different forms and versions. So what blew my mind, at the time I was making just under $2,000 a month, and I went from that level to making 7 figures in about 12 to 24 months. So it was like A to Z. And the shift was, I wrote out on a piece of paper everything that I want. Like, I want to own my dream house in cash. I want an RV. I want this car. I want my girlfriend, who's now my wife, to be retired and not have to work. I want to be able to go on one cool vacation. Write it all down, and then next to it, put a guesstimate or an exact price on what the dollar amount is, and spend 5 or 10 minutes. Even things that, like, what'll end up happening is you attract a bunch of money, and then maybe you don't want half the things or 98% of them. But for the sake of the exercise, you write them all out. And then once you tabulate it, you're gonna be like, damn, okay, what I thought was a lot is actually not that much. And this is how you shift the paradigm, because if you've been making, for me, I was making under $2 grand a month, that's about 24 grand a year. To me at the time, $3,000 in a month seemed like a lot because that's a significant bump from where I was. But that's not the mind that's gonna get me rich. And so what you're doing is you're removing all of your normality to your current income level, and you are resituating your subconscious, which then allows more money, new opportunities at a higher level, at a new income threshold that used to seem like an unattainable a lot. That's how the shift happens. So write that down. And if you haven't yet, I have a free financial success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's 100% free. I could charge for it. Over 1 million people from all over the world have used it. Every day I get these epic stories, and I have thought about charging for it. I mean, if I charge $10 and over 1 million, that's 10 million bucks. Even $3, that would have been 3 million more dollars. So, in all seriousness, this thing will reprogram your mind because your subconscious is used to the same old money beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and habits. When you use repetition, just listen for 1 or 2 minutes a day. 1 million people from all over the world have used it. I get people that get 4 new jobs. They sell a house that was on the market forever. They needed $1,000 for the last 3 weeks. They have 7 days left to get it, and then they get 2,000. So listen to it for a couple minutes a day, and it's gonna start to reprogram your subconscious, and you're gonna start to feel like wealth is normal. Number 2 is to live without time. Get rid of the idea entirely of if and when, and it might take 3 years, and it might take 49 years, it might take 786 million years, because your goal is to have 100 grand and you're 80,000 in debt and you've never made more than 1,000 in a month. So 100 grand seems like it's gonna take 17 million years, and you're gonna reincarnate 48 different times just to get it. So you wanna get rid of the idea of time entirely. And let me explain why this is gonna start to bring more money. For example, when you get married and you decide to have kids, God willing, you're healthy and you're able to have children, it's not based off of time. You aren't like, we're married and if the kids aren't coming in 12 months, then I'm never gonna have kids. Like imagine you're married, you just got married and you're like, if the baby doesn't come out in 14 months, then that is a sign I will never have kids. But that's exactly what we do with money. You get all motivated from a video like this and you go like, I'm gonna go from $1,000 to $5,000 a month. And then it doesn't happen in 1 month or 6 months or 12 months. And we go, see, that was a scam video by Jake Ducey and I'm reporting him to the FBI and I'm gonna comment every day how he's an idiot and a scammer. So what happens is after a short period of time, we don't see the evidence. And then that lack of evidence reinforces the same old paradigm. And we go back to, it was too much, it was too big of a goal. So you need to get rid of time entirely. And what I really mean by that is every rich person I've ever met in my entire life. And by rich, I'm talking about millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. Every single person never worried about time. They weren't like, I'm gonna be rich, but if it doesn't happen in 24 months, then I'm gonna stay stuck where I am. They've already made the decision, so time is totally irrelevant. When you decide, the word decide, the origins of the word decide, if we get into a vernacular discussion on the historic origins of the word decide, it means to kill off any other alternative. So when you decide that you are going to get rich and you eliminate time, it's not a matter of when. Like when I dropped out of college, I backpacked around the world, I decided I'm gonna be a millionaire author. I was 20 years old, all the publishing companies said no. I had decided I was gonna be a millionaire author. So every publishing company, it didn't matter. It was 2012, no one was self-publishing books then, it wasn't a thing yet. But I was like, I'm gonna be an early self-publishing book guy, and I'm gonna sell tens of thousands of copies out of the trunk of my car. I'm gonna get a deal with a major book publisher. I'm gonna be a millionaire author. I had decided. So just because all the publishers said no, and it was gonna take me 24, 36 more months than I had originally hoped for, that was totally irrelevant to me. And what happens is when you eliminate time like that, then you open yourself. When you are attached to time to the point where if it doesn't happen, you get disappointed in a certain period of time, you aren't even open to money to begin with. You're actually closed off to it. So open yourself, open yourself. It's already decided, it's already done. This is a reality I'm gonna live in. There is no ifs, ands, or but about it. There's no ifs, there's no whens. It's already set in motion. So comment that down below. It's already set in motion. It's already set in motion. This frame of mind is like putting your roots in the ground, and that is what's going to bring the big money opportunity. Number 3 is to renew your vows daily. And what I mean by that is I am asking you to marry me and renew your vows with me right now in this moment. You and me holding hands in the desert, renewing our vows together. What I mean is renew your money vows every single day. Because for example, when I was making 24 grand a year, I could watch something really good or just have a really good day. So I'm like, it's gonna work, I'm gonna get rich. And then 2 days later, something not good happens, or then I remember that I can't even buy the food I want at the grocery store. I can't go on the vacation I want yet. And I'm like, damn, I am poor. This sucks. And what happens is, if you don't renew your vows to wealth, you will renew your vows to being broke. You will renew your vows to the same financial mediocrity. And so what I did is I wrote in the present tense, and this is what I invite you to do. You pull out a pen and pad, and in the present tense, you write, there's gonna be 2 things. Number 1 is on one sheet of paper, on an 8x11 sheet of paper, in the present tense, write out your life in the future. So I wrote out at the time, I'm so happy and grateful that I wrote that I was a millionaire author, that I was a millionaire online business owner, that I owned my house in cash, that Ashley and I had a healthy, beautiful, happy family. I had retired Ashley. I wrote all these things in the present tense. What Ashley and I did is we taped it on the refrigerator, and her and I both read it out loud, standing next to each other, once in the morning and once at night. This is renewing your wealth vows. And then the second part of that is very important to renew your wealth vows is, in other words, is to cement the new subconscious programming. Allow me to explain. Stanford University, those really smart people, Harvard neuroscientists, those really smart people, they did studies and they have found that 95% of your life is subconscious. Sub meaning below. It is below the level of conscious. It is automatic. We are like machines and we are like robots, based off of the way we were programmed predominantly in childhood up until the time we're 6 to 10 years old. So everything you inherited, all of your eating habits, your political habits, your money habits, how much money you make, your self-esteem, what you do in relationships, it's all based off of subconscious programming. Well, the thing about the subconscious is it can be reprogrammed through repetition. We used to believe that we were stuck that way. That's why the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's where that comes from. We thought that it was set in stone. And for most people it is, because they aren't aware of this, but they can be. And that's why this video is so important. It's important that you watch these kinds of videos, and it's important that you don't just watch this video, but that you do the steps, not because I want to give you something to do, not because you need something to do, you're already busy. It's because you have to reprogram the subconscious. So the second side of that is what I call hypnotic writing. So I turn on my success hypnosis. Again, if you haven't got it, it's free. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's my free success hypnosis. Over 1 million people from all over the world have used it. I would be worth so much money, it's insane, if I got 50% of all the money from all the stories that I've got from people. And I'm thinking about figuring out some way that I can be compensated on a finder's fee for all, just joking. But in all seriousness, I turn it on, and when I turn it on, then I pull out a pen and pad, and in the present tense, without thinking about it, I journal in the future. So the same way, today I ate Cheerios for breakfast, and then my dog Bill pooped in the yard. It made me really upset. I had to clean up Bill's poop. And later today, I'm gonna go out to dinner and it's gonna be fun. The same way, but you journal from the future. Today, this happened, that happened, this is what my life's like. It's so great, all these things, I got this new job and now I'm in my dream house. And you wanna write for 5 to 10 minutes or a couple pages, which is only gonna take you 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And there's a couple really important things about renewing your vows in this. One, when you listen to the success hypnosis, you are engaging your actual senses, which when you, any sensory feedback you get. When you listen to this video, you're sparking cells in your brain because you're hearing words. Those activate new neural connection. So when you're listening to it, you are activating the hypnosis, you are activating new neural connections for getting rich. Secondly, when you are writing, you're doing a few things. You're holding the pen, you're having a physiological experience. Thirdly, as you are writing, when you really get into your imagination, you start to get excited, which means you're creating emotions, which means sensory experience, which means you're stimulating your nervous system, which means you are having biochemical reactions, which means you are activating new cells in your brain, which means you are resetting your subconscious programming. In the exact same way that you have an experience in real life, you're doing the same exact thing through an imagined experience. And Harvard did a study, I won't get into it, I've talked about it before, where they found that if you imagine something, you have the same neural activity as something really occurring. So one is you write your vows and you read them out loud every day. And then number two is you practice hypnotic journaling or writing, where you listen to the success hypnosis and you write from the future about your reality once a day. Ultimately, I just want you to know one really important thing. The only reason you think that you cannot make more money, drastically more money, that you cannot get rich, the only reason you think that is because of your past. And our brain is an artifact of the past. Therefore, if you've had financial struggles, or just maybe you haven't even struggled, but you just done okay for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, your brain is an artifact of the past. So your brain, all the biochemical feedback, all the neurological wiring, all of it has said this is normal. And so the only reason you can't get rich is your brain has memorized a program. It is the only reason. It's not because you don't have the right business opportunity. It's not because you don't have the right mentor. It's not because you don't have the right resources. All of those things will appear when you override the artifacts that are just like the petroglyphs are carved into these rocks. These things are carved into your brain. And all the science now shows us all of that can be changed. So I'm telling you, you can get rich. You can attract more money. You are worthy of it. You're good enough. It is possible. So comment down below, I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of wealth. I want to wish you a beautiful day. If you haven't yet, make sure you get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. Go in the comment section or go in the description, or you can click right here, open up a new tab, jakeshypnosis.com. Don't just let this be motivation. Take the first step and start reprogramming your mind so you can get that for free. If you enjoyed this video, click right here to watch another one.